How many people do you know who struggle with their health? Chances are, whether they show it or not, most of the people in your life do. And chances are, you're one of them. Whether you're dealing with anxiety, depression, endometriosis, acne, eczema, autoimmune, thyroid, Lyme, brain fog, fatigue, or any other symptom or condition, you're far from alone. Living with symptoms has become the new normal. So no more guessing games. It's time to get answers. Welcome to the Medical Medium Podcast. I'm Anthony William. We're talking about supplement sensitivities and fear. Everywhere you turn, someone's trying to sell a supplement for everything that ails you. Ads galore out there, commercials that are hardcore and hard to ignore. Influencers abound, screaming for people to buy their brand they take for themselves. But are these supplements all sound? Why do people have sensitivities, and why do people have fears about supplements when it seems everyone out there is taking something for whatever ails them and whatever they think they need? But get ready for this episode. Strap yourself in. We're in for a rude awakening. Aunt Charlotte, I'm at the doctor's office. I can't talk right now. Auntie Charlotte, I'm at the alternative doctor's office. Oh, here, wait, okay. All right, waiting on my supplements. They said go over here. Okay. Doctor? Yes, I'm here. Whew, you got my stuff? Okay, let's see. Vitamin D, SIBO Formula 1. What is this? There's a whole bunch of stuff in it. Digestive aid. Huh? Yeah, okay. Probiotic. Okay. What's this? Another probiotic? Probiotic Horizon. Okay. What's this one here? Calcium combination. Okay. Prebiotic bio gut stimulator. Okay. Let me see here. And here's one here you want me on. This one? Apex Plus Skin, Hair, and Nails. What's this one? Acne bone support. Oh, sorry, it just fell on the floor. I'm grabbing it here. Gut cleanser, candida support. Magnesium relax aid. Biotin relief. Any more? Oh, just one more. Endo support glandular modulator. Okay, all right, great. I'm a little nervous though because it seems like a lot. And I know you're a very well-renowned alternative doctor, but it does seem like a lot for me. Usually, this is a lot more, than I ever take. I'm actually taking the minimal. You have patients that take a lot more than this. Oh, okay, that makes me feel a little better. So we're going to talk about different reasons why people can be sensitive to supplements. So let's go back in time a little bit, just in the last 20 years, what people experienced when they became sick. They get sick, they go to a doctor, the doctor's conventional. Doctor looks at them, either finds what's wrong or doesn't, runs them through a gamma of tests, gives them any answers they can, maybe gives them a diagnosis, maybe tells them it's all in their head and they're making it up, sends them on their way. If the patient is unhappy, off to the next doctor. Same thing happens. And then maybe a specialist next. After 10 doctors and repeated diagnoses, someone just says, I got to go alternative. I have to find an answer somewhere. So I need to go to a naturopath or an herbalist or some kind of alternative medical doctor, a specialist that understands my condition. So off they go into alternative land. Depending on who they see, they end up getting a whole bunch of supplements handed to them. Supplements that range from fish oil to charcoal to all kinds of different probiotics to vitamin D or anything else. And then they have all these supplements, they purchase them, it's in the thousands of dollars. And if it doesn't work or they don't stick with it or they just feel sick and they're losing faith, off to the next alternative doctor. When they get to the next alternative doctor, it's a whole nother round of supplements. Could be $1,000 worth, $2,000 worth, or more. A different variety, a different batch of supplements, but similar to the ones that they actually took from the other alternative doctor. And often in these batches of supplements are combinations with 10 different things in them, 15 different things in them, or even 20 or 30. Could be gut stabilizers, gut cleansers, all kinds of different supplements, vitamins, multivitamins, all kinds of different varieties with lots of different things in them. And then they go to another doctor and it's the same thing all over again. People end up swallowing a lot of pills. Sometimes these pills are large, like horse pills. Sometimes they're small. Sometimes they're gel caps. Sometimes there's just powders. But either way, people get inundated with these supplements. This is the history of the supplement world with alternative doctors and supplement sales and people that are sick and what they have experienced. One of the problems with these loads of supplements that so many sick people with chronic illness took, and one of the issues that they had, was the stuff inside of them. All of the different fillers and garbage and alcohol and all the different chemicals and all of the additives and all of the agents. All of that was in these supplements. They were pills and powders filled with garbage and trash. And the combination of this garbage and trash that was inside all of these supplements, all the fillers, that combination along on what the supplements were, scratchy, harsh, different kinds of things like herbs with dust particles all in it, all kinds of different scratchy clays, all of that combined with the trash and garbage that was in there, the fillers, was terrible for people and their conditions. And people swallowed these pills and took these powders and took some of these liquids for years. And then a PTSD developed, a buzz, rumors throughout alternative medicine. People were maxed out of supplements. See, people don't remember this history and they don't know this history if they're young and they're just in the health scene now. But there's decades of people swallowing concoctions and powders and pills filled with all kinds of junk, all kinds of harsh stuff on their intestinal tract lining, things that made them sick and made them extra sensitive. And years ago, there were multiple brands that had body parts in there. Not human body parts, but animal body parts. Supplements were infiltrated with brain, cow liver, cow pancreas, cow adrenals, all kinds of different parts of cows and other animals. They were all put into supplements, and that's what people took. That's what happened. This isn't too long ago. This isn't 100 years ago. This is 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20, 25 years ago. People went to their alternative doctors and they were given thousands of dollars that they had to spend on cow parts that were put in all these supplements. And I was worried about people because I knew the possibility of them getting an infection from these supplements was possible. And it was, many people got mad cow disease from so many supplements out there. People dying mysterious with foam coming out of their mouth, brain fevers, and then become unconscious. And that's it. And then the sodium bicarbonate era, where people were drinking the stuff, mixing the powder up and guzzling it down. And practitioners, alternative practitioners, were telling all their patients, drink lots of sodium bicarbonate. And people were getting sick left and right. No one healed from sodium bicarbonate. Nobody got better back then from sodium bicarbonate. So it died out. Too many people got sick from it and it disappeared. Now, people don't remember history, don't know. Every 10 years, everything's forgotten. And these days, it's every 5 years and everything's forgotten. And now there's a resurgence of sodium bicarbonate. So all over the internet, people are like, you can take this and it can help you. You can take that and it can help you. And we're back in the saddle again with the same old thing. And at the same time, back then, there was the charcoal, the activated charcoal. Everybody was swallowing pills left and right, thinking it was going to detox them, thinking it was going to help them. Everybody was swallowing charcoal. Damaged themselves. People's linings of their intestinal tract, their microbiome damaged, their bacteria, good bacteria, imbalanced now and damaged. Linings of their intestinal tract scratched, their liver filled with charcoal, and it not helping them, instead hurting them. Lots of this going on. People got sensitive. They got sick and sensitive, and a lot of people burned out from all of the games throughout the years. And then the fish oil. Everybody drinking fish oil, taking fish oil capsules everywhere. And what happened? People didn't realize it, but they got mercury intoxication from all of that fish oil. They got intoxicated with mercury. Yes, it was in the fish oil. Everybody was drinking it. Fish oil sales were up. All the alternative doctors were handing it out. Nowadays, like right now today, they're saying, ooh, fish oil might not be the best thing for people. You'll see it out there now. People aren't really pushing fish oil so hard right now. It's very strange. You don't see a lot of fish oil ads, and you don't see too many doctors talking about it because it was a massive blunder, huge blunder. All these people made themselves sicker, got worse, their conditions. They're sick now from 10 years ago from doing fish oil. That's how much damage was done. And the fish oil world was huge. You go to anybody in alternative medicine, they handed you a bottle of fish oil pills. And then the clays, the clay time. Yeah, clay and supplements. Everybody was doing clay, different kinds of clay. It was in all the different supplements, clay powders, clay pills. Everybody got handed clay in some way. And you know what happened? It destroyed people's linings of their intestinal tract. It destroyed their guts. Putting scratchy clay, sand down everybody's gullet was the worst idea they could ever do. And you don't hear a lot about clays as much anymore, just a little bit, but it was huge. And it'll probably start back up again because that's what social media will do. And that's what these companies and these ideas will do. And these trends, they'll come back up. But it hurt a lot of people. And for a lot of years, people are damaged now from clays back then. And you wonder why everybody became sensitive. Now, I can do hundreds of episodes just on all of this alone, but that's not what this show's about. But what I'm talking about right now is there's a history of damage. People that are sensitive now from 10 years ago being in the alternative health field as far as getting help, taking different things, and it damaging them then. People are injured for what happened in the past. Now, there's different reasons for people to be supplement sensitive or sensitive in general, but a big part of why so many people are supplement sensitive is because they have a history. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, they took all of these things plus so many more. They took colostrum, Chinese herbs with lots of heavy metals in them. They took collagen supplements, apple cider vinegar supplements, and they got injured and they got sensitive. Not to mention chlorophyll with all kinds of additives in it and bad carriers. Also things like black pepper, curcumin with lots of black pepper in it has damaged people's guts. And of course, swallowing essential oils, which makes people so sensitive. Their nervous system gets jacked up and irritated by swallowing essential oils. What people don't realize, all this was done in the past, and now it's being done again, and they think they just discovered it or something. Like, oh my God, I can't believe it. I can swallow these essential oils. Or, oh my God, I could take this colostrum supplement. It's supposed to give me all this immune system. And oh my God, this is supposed to do this. They don't realize it. It's been done. It's been there. It already happened. And people got injured by it, hurt, and hypersensitive by it. They got sensitized. And guess what? Comes around again for a whole new load of people, a boatload of them, to get all hypersensitized again. And there was the shilajit, the plankton, the different fulvic minerals. It was all done before and no one got better. Instead, a hypersensitivity developed among people who were chronically ill as the years went by. It's endless. But what we have now are 40-year-olds, 45-year-olds, 48-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 55-year-olds injured and damaged from when they were 35, 34, 39, 29, 25 years old. That's what happened. We have all these people now that are hypersensitive. They're scared. They have PTSD. They were injured. Some don't even know they were injured. Some knew something happened when they took too much charcoal one day and they were never the same. But either way, there's a whole bunch of people that have a history of 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago, where they took so many gobs of supplements and fish oils and all these different things we're talking about here. They've taken them and they got sick or sicker or never better, instead hypersensitive. The majority of people who have been chronically ill in the chronic illness communities all around the world have a history of this. They're in their 40s and 50s. They did all this and they've been injured, and they're the majority of the chronic illness world right now. And most of this majority are sensitive because they've been injured by these supplements. And then there's all the supplements that people have taken, overtaken, that weren't even helping them. They weren't getting them better. These supplements were not addressing their actual illness. So these people are chronically ill with all kinds of symptoms: chronic fatigue syndrome, fibro, RA, aches and pains, multiple sclerosis, pain in their head, their neck, their jaw, their back, pain in their legs, insomnia, restless leg syndrome, tics, spasms, tremors, problems with their eyes, ringing in the ears, dizziness, balance issues, vertigo, and many more symptoms. None of these supplements were helping a single symptom, but they were taking gobs and gobs of these supplements every day, given to them from health coaches and practitioners and different kinds of doctors, or just buying them online. And they took these supplements and they did not recover. But not just did not recover, they didn't get rid of one single symptom with all of these different trendy supplements throughout the years. And then the PTSD. They have reoccurring and old PTSD from a few things. One, the money they spent. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars over the years. And they didn't get a single bit of relief with even a single symptom. Or they thought maybe they did, but they didn't, and it didn't work. It's one thing with the PTSD. The other thing is just taking the supplements, eating them, swallowing them, all those years, all the powders, all the mixtures, and not getting anywhere with it. And the other thing, knowing they got sickened by it, knowing it didn't help their health, but it may have hurt their health. And then the quality throughout the years. Medical Medium Information did a huge pushback throughout the years on all the supplement companies because of the garbage that was in the supplements causing damage to people. The natural flavors, the citric acid, and other things like alcohol. These additives cause damage to people throughout the years. Let's talk about alcohol for a minute. So many people with chronic illness would go to an alternative practitioner and they would be given tinctures filled with alcohol, corn grain alcohol. So they would take 10 or 15 or even 20 different herbal tinctures, and each dropperful had a lot of alcohol in it. So then they were taking basically a whole shot of alcohol, straight alcohol, every single day when they took their supplements. What that did was it lowered their immune systems. So people with chronic illness, pathogen chronic illness, autoimmune chronic illness, were actually taking all of this alcohol, lowering their immune system, making their liver sicker, and getting addicted to the alcohol. Many practitioners out there who have their own supplement lines have alcohol in all their tinctures. And when they have glycerin as an option, they still have a percentage of alcohol in there as well. What this is going to do is create a whole new batch of people that become supplement sensitive. And these people are sick to begin with. That's why they're taking all of these supplements. And here, the alcohol is going to damage them more. It's going to make them sicker. It's going to lower their immune systems and make their organs like their liver and brain sicker. And then, as they complain to the practitioners that they bought these supplements and these programs from, and they complain that they're sick or they don't feel good, the practitioners or the coaches that work for these companies are going to say, you're detoxing. That's all. Keep on detoxing and keep on taking all these herbal tinctures. And now you have a whole new batch of damaged, sick people with a whole new batch of PTSD. The alcohol is making them more sensitive. It's going to make their intestinal linings, their nerve endings more sensitive. It's going to make them sicker. They're not getting better. They're going to get more PTSD and they're going to stay sick. And there's a whole new round of people doing it. The sad part is, if there is an herb that can do anything for you in that supplement, like if it has any value, it was destroyed by the alcohol. Herbal tinctures hurt the herb when there's alcohol inside the tincture. So all these years, all these people drinking all of these tinctures with all the alcohol, getting injured, and on top of it, not receiving benefits from the herbs because the alcohol stripped any nutrients and benefits and phytochemical compounds and destroyed them. Something that I've lived by all these years is if it's a practitioner, like a single person, not this big old company, but a single person who's a practitioner, who's teaching people about medical stuff or teaching people about alternative medicine, and they're selling things like programs and courses and classes, and they're selling their own supplement brand. And any of those supplements in that brand had alcohol in them, I would be very wary and walk the other way. And then there's people out there that are sensitive to everything. They're chemical sensitive, like I talked about in the last couple of episodes. They're sensitive no matter what, to foods, pharmaceuticals, and even supplements. And they have these same reactions when they're not even doing anything. When they're not taking supplements, they're not taking a pharmaceutical, they're not eating a food in the moment. The reactions can come at any time. They can be unpredictable. These people are having spills of toxic waste randomly at any time of day or night. Their liver is overburdened, stagnant, sluggish, overworked, sometimes fatty, and filled with all kinds of different pathogen waste, toxins, poisons, chemicals, toxic heavy metals, and the liver is overloaded and it dumps its waste out. The waste ends up in the lymphatic system and the bloodstream, and the person becomes hypersensitive. These sensitive people especially react to alcohol and supplements, or citric acid, or natural flavors that has MSG. These people become sensitive to all kinds of different supplements that are harsh, scratchy, like clays and charcoal. They become sensitive to almost everything they swallow and take that's aggressive. If a chemical sensitive person drinks a whole bunch of essential oils, it's going to light them up and they're going to be hypersensitive for days and reacting. Same thing. If a chemical sensitive person takes a tincture that has alcohol in it, one dropper full of alcohol, their stomach's going to get sick, they're not going to feel good, and they're going to react. Same goes if a chemical sensitive person takes apple cider vinegar, or does something like takes a charcoal, or takes a scratchy herb, or takes some kind of powder, or some kind of other type of supplement that has all kinds of fillers, or whatever it is. They're going to react, they're going to have problems, and they're going to struggle. Because what they're taking has fillers and binders and all kinds of different agents in them. Powders with fillers and binders, all kinds of different tinctures with all kinds of different citric acid, natural flavors and alcohol, all kinds of different clays and so forth, and gut cleansers. Sensitive people, chemical sensitive people, react to all of these, including the essential oils, ingesting them. It lights their nervous system up. It sets off their system. It causes a problem. Just a reaction alone off of these items, never mind when their liver has a spill or something else is occurring when they have other reactions. They're hypersensitive. Anything can trigger them, and especially these supplements have the ability to trigger them because they're toxic in so many ways. If you're someone out there and you're truly chemical sensitive and food sensitive and supplement sensitive, then you're living with a hypersensitive central nervous system, an overburdened liver, and a lot of toxins and poisons inside the body that aren't properly leaving. And most likely pathogens inside the liver and other areas of the body that are releasing neurotoxins that are making the central nervous system hypersensitive. For decades, I've been teaching people that are chemical sensitive, supplement sensitive, and food sensitive, how to bring quality supplements back into their life. In Medical Medium Cleanse to Heal, I have a section, Chemical and Food Sensitivities. This is a great place to start. What's in this food and chemical sensitivity section is a technique that was taught to me by SOC. I'm going to run it by you right now. Try taking one supplement one day. Don't take more than one supplement one day. Only take one. Then on the next day, take one again, but take a different supplement. Day after that, take one again, but a different supplement. So if you take the supplement protocol that's in Cleanse to Heal in the chemical and food sensitivity section, it would be on an 8-day cycle. 8 different supplements, 8 different days. What will happen over time is as you're doing the cleanse to heal information, like doing a little bit of celery juice or the morning cleanse, or whatever you customize for yourself, you're going to be cleaning up your liver, cleaning up those spills, cleaning up your bloodstream, cleaning up your lymphatic system, restoring your nervous system, and moving forward and getting less sensitive. And over time, less reactions occur. You're actually cleaning up, you're healing, you're lowering the pathogen load, you're getting the toxins out, you're cleansing, you're reacting less, your nervous system is strengthening, and you're able to eat different foods you haven't eaten in a long time. You're less chemical sensitive around different chemicals and smells, and you're bringing in more supplements. Another technique is you take one high-quality supplement, whether it's a tincture that's alcohol-free or a capsule, and you take one capsule or one tiny drop, not even a dropper full of a tincture. Say it's B12. You take one tiny drop of B12 only, and you build yourself up from there. Keep in mind, there's always going to be spills. If you're this toxic, if your liver's this overloaded, and you're high in pathogens and heavy metals and other poisons and toxins, there's always going to be natural occurring spills where you're going to have reactions at different random times. It could be hours after you had that one tiny drop of something or that one capsule of something. It could be during it, after it, later on, but your spills are going to happen anyway. So you have to have faith that what you're taking is high quality and it doesn't have the alcohol and all the different toxins and poisons and the citric acid and other things and the fillers and the binders and other toxic agents in it. So you know you've got something clean and crisp and good and healthy, and you're using that. But if you're doing supplements that are highly toxic or toxic in general, that's a different story. Or you're doing supplements that are not helpful for your illness or your condition or for your physical body, like the ones I talk about in the Brain Saver books, then that's another story altogether. Supplements with alcohol, citric acid, natural flavors, harsh ingredients, harsh powders, harsh binders, and agents that aren't even listed on the ingredient list. Then in these cases, you could be having a reaction to these toxic supplements, on top of having spills naturally occurring from a toxic liver that you're already dealing with. I highly encourage you to check out Cleanse to Heal. There's a supplement chapter before the diseases and symptoms with highly detailed information on the ins and outs of supplements. Also, if you get a chance, check out the Brain Saver books. There's a section on supplements and the pitfalls about supplements. Check with your doctor, see what's right for you. And Charlotte, I'm still at the doctor's office. I have all my supplements. They're packing my bag. I just have to pay the bill. All right. Okay, hi. Yep. No, I'm ready. Thank you for getting back to me here. Okay. I'm here to pay. I'm looking at the bill. See the appointment fee, the exam fee, blood screening. I see that. That's for $1,100. Wow. Allergy testing. Oh, that's right. We did a little of that. IgG labs. Plus supplements and tax. Okay. $4,800. Oh my God. $4,800. Okay. There's my credit card. Take this. Take that. I'm not sure if I will react. But here it goes again. Another round from a new doctor I found. I'm still sick. I need to see another guy with a new shtick. But when I took all those supplements, I began feeling sick. Was told I have deficiencies. The last blood test hurt. That needle had quite a prick. No one knows what I've been through. Years of searching while being buried in bottles of crazy juju. On to the next expert. On to the next guru. I'm getting worse. And what's worse is I'm getting sensitive. All the concoctions making my tummy feel funny. It's been so expensive. What do I do if I can't see through? So much smoke out there and the mirrors. It's unreal. Does anyone really care how I feel? Sick of taking the hits. Why on earth is it so hard to get through the thicket of hungry sharks that want you to keep open the spigot? I know it seems impossible to get to the other side of healing when your body feels like it's not working properly. And every day, it's a reminder that you aren't up to speed, but you will be. This isn't your last rodeo. It may feel like you're going slow-de-o, but really, your whole life is about to turn around, you know. You're gonna heal and get past this one-horse town and get back on your feet for another long life round. It's gonna be okay. Never forget that nothing is gonna stand in your way. It's your time to heal. It's your time. Remember this time. It's real.
Original published medical medium information gets stolen and poached by podcast doctors, social media doctors, influencers, and medical clinics. Medical medium information has never yet been proven wrong by medical science and research. Instead, the opposite, only proven right and then taken from medical medium published material and used in the conventional and alternative health communities. Medical medium information continually sets the stage for medical science to understand chronic illness better. If you choose to share or use the original, unique content from the Medical Medium podcast, books, or Medical Medium social media, please cite where this information comes from, so others who see and learn of this information have a chance to know where it all originates, to give them an opportunity to heal, so they don't end up losing years of their life searching for answers like so many have before them. The Medical Medium information here on this podcast doesn't come from broken science, interest groups, medical funding with strings attached, botched research, lobbyists, internal kickbacks, persuaded belief systems, private panels of influencers, health field payoffs, trendy traps, or gathered bits and pieces of gimmicky confusion. Because chronic illness is exploding like never before in our modern day history, it takes a greater force than us down here. It takes a helping hand from above. Medical medium information has street cred. It's an organic movement of countless people around the world healing. More healing stories of real people not being paid to tell their life-changing experiences of rising out of the ashes of sickness and entering into the light of full recovery, getting their lives back and finally healing when nothing else in the world of health could move the needle and get them better. The information on this podcast is not man-made. It comes from above, from a higher source. Whatever you believe in, whether God, the universe, the light, or the creator, or if you believe in nothing at all, that we're just floating through space together on this rock. Know that the information you hear on this podcast is separate from all the other noise out there. It comes from a different place, a pure, untampered with, advanced, clean, uncorrupted, original, primary source, a higher source, spirit of compassion.